Combat in Baldur's Gate 3 can be really fun and tactical, but it can also be very boring and slow because NPCs will sometimes just sit there and think about their turn, even though they've already taken all their actions. But at the same time, players will skill click and move their cursor from the hotbar to the target every single time back and forth, and that doesn't really help either. So in this video, we're going to go over some keybinds that will help to make the combat much more fluid for the PC, of course, and we're going to be going over mostly combat keybinds here. So if you want more like general keybinds, this isn't it. This is just for making the combat more fluid. So let's just start off with combat formation. We've got our party here and they're all chained together. So when they move, they all move together. Now I want my tank to go in first because that'll give me a much more tactical advantage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlink Lae'zel, and then she can go in first because she's my tank. Or what you can do is you can just unlink everyone with the G keybind. So G will unlink everyone, and then you can use the F1 through 4 to choose which character you want to control, and then go in with them and say I want to go into combat or whatever with them, and then we can pull everyone else back so they can get an advantage on the opener because I want my tank to be getting aggro. I don't want all the other characters, so I'm going to attack them right here. Now if I want to attack them and I'm not in combat, I can use the left control and that'll allow me to use whichever weapon I'm currently using. So you'll use your sword attack instead of talking to them. Also, if you have two weapons, like I have a bow and a sword, so I can swap between the sword and the bow. If I just press F, then it swaps to the bow. So now I've got the bow out. If I press F here, now I've got the bow out and I can control and left click, and now I'll shoot my bow at them. But I want to go in with a sword attack because I've got the advantage here. So I'm going to go in and attack them with the left click here. And I'm going to get into combat with them. We're just going to attack. Now they're in combat, and the rest of my party is not in combat over here. So we're going to group them up and we're going to get them in stealth. So you can use C to stealth one of your characters, but that's not really ideal because we want all of them to stealth. So we're going to use Shift plus C, and now all of these characters are stealthing and they'll move together. And we're going to get the advantage on this encounter, and Sneak will give you advantage. So we're going to open this fight with Sneak with a guiding bolt here. And we can shoot this off, 98% chance to hit because we're hiding, so we've got advantage. Really good here. So we'll go for this one, and we'll open this fight here with that. Now my other characters are not in combat either, so we've got a huge advantage here by going in with stealth and advantage, and that's all because we allowed our tank to go in first. And sure, you can do that by just clicking things here and there, but it's going to take a lot longer to do this when you're clicking everything instead of using keybinds. And to me, I find that when I'm doing things like that and it's very slow, I just don't really want to do it because it takes so much effort to do it. So the keybinds really makes it easier for you to get those combat formations. It makes you more likely to use them and therefore get that advantage in combat, which is going to really help you out. Now another thing you need to make sure with the weapon swap here is some characters will have the ability to use a opportunity attack, and you can only do that with melee weapons. So what we want to do is, because our character will not use an opportunity attack if we're on our range weapon here. So if we want to attack with our bow, for example, this is a bad situation to use it, but let's just say we use the bow attack here, and then we want to end our turn. If this character moves by me, I will not trigger an attack of opportunity even if they pass by me. So what I need to do is I need to swap weapons. Now you can click on that, or you can use your F keybind, which will swap you. Now there's some basic actions that every character can take, like jump, shove, hide, and those all have their own basic keybinds, and that's nice and all, but for example, for a rogue, you have cunning action hide and hide, but they're both on the same keybind. And I don't want to use the hide, I want to use the cunning action hide so that I can use my action. I want to be using those a lot faster because clicking every single time I want to use an offhand attack, it can be very tedious. So what you're going to need to do is go over to the custom tab. So in the custom tab, you can create your own keybinds. You can see in the hotkeys, you can see in the keybinds that there are keybinds already set up here, but you can't use those keybinds in the other tabs. You can only use them in the custom tab. Now, what you can do is press K and go into all of your skills and place them manually on this custom skill bar. And what this allows you to do is when you're in the other tab, you'll still have those keybinds available. So what I've done here is I've put my offhand attack on the 3 keybind. So now I can do a double offhand attack like this, and I can just do it really quickly because I'm using keybinds. I can just click on the target. And they both miss, obviously, because never lucky. But you get that, right? So I don't have to go down and click it and then click them, then go back down and click it and then click on them again. You can just keep your mouse cursor on the enemy, use that keybind, and then double offhand attack, and it's going to make it a lot more quick to use your bonus actions like that. Now also, I said that the cunning action hide, we want to have a keybind for that too. So I put that on the 5 skill here, and I put the dash as well on the 4. So we've got our sneak attacks on 1 and 2, we've got bonus action melee attack, and we've got our cunning action. So most of our bonus actions are keybinded, and then you can go to your other characters like your cleric. And so for example, I've got the ability to use bless. That's my most important skill in my opinion. So I've got that on 1, guidance on 2 just in case, and then healing word, which is a nice res spell that I'm going to be using a lot, on 3, guiding bolt on 4 because that's your main bread and butter damage skill, and then sacred flame on 5, even though I really don't want to be using sacred flame that much, but if I do want to use it, I just want to get it done with as fast as possible and forget about it. A more impactful spell, obviously I'm just going to click on it because I really want to think about using that because it's going to use up my spell slots. So that's what I've got for the keybinds. And as you can see here, they're kind of weird. So what I've done here is I've created a larger hotbar. So you can click the little buttons here to plus and minus it, and that'll make your hotbar bigger. That's really important for the caster classes because you've got a lot of skills later on. And what I've done here is I've actually pushed all of the disengage and stuff like that to the right on my hotbar after I've unlocked it like this, and that allows me to cover it with my other spells. So I can see all of my spells at one time without moving sliders at all. And I've got some keybinds as well for some of the more common things that I'll use. Now we've got the option to shove with V as well, jump with Z, and most importantly, which I think is important to have keybinded, is the throw keybind. So when you have this keybinded, you can use potions, and it's really important to be throwing potions non-stop because they're like ranged healing and you need to use those consumables. So what you do is you press the X keybind and then you just click on the potion of healing and then you can throw it. This is really important because normally what I was doing before I figured that keybind out, I would go into my inventory, look for the potions, and you've got all that other stuff in your inventory clogging it up, and you're going to have a hard time finding those potions. So when you press X, it's only the things that you can throw, and then you can use your scroll wheel to move it left and right if it's further to the right or to the left. But generally what you want to do is put your potions at the beginning of your inventory so that when you do press that X keybind, they'll be right there at the left side. Now another important keybind is just shift by itself. We use shift with the C keybind to sneak our entire party, but when just used by itself, you can see the vision of enemies. So you can see all the red area is where they have vision, and as a rogue, I can't sneak in there or I'll be seen, or at least have to roll a check to be seen. So what I want to do is I want to go back here and then I can go into sneak, right? So I know exactly where the spot to sneak is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and I'm going to check again. I've used all of my movement. I'm still in the not safe zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the 4 skill, which is my keybind, remember. I've got the 4 skill is action dash. Be careful not to use the cunning action hide keybind because it doesn't wait for you to confirm that, it'll just use it. And if you use it in a spot where you can't sneak, then you're going to get exposed. So I'm using the cunning action dash, and we're going to move over. We're doing this all with keybinds, and now we can see that we're able to go into hide. So we're going to hide here, and now I'm in hide. I'm able to use a sneak attack, right? And now I've got my sneak attacks on keybind as well. I can use the 2 skill, and it looks like I'm just barely out of range to hit it, but in normal situations, right, I would be able to find a good spot to shoot it. Anyways, that's pretty much how you're going to be using the keybinds to make combat much more fluid. And if you like this kind of content, then like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.